So how should my fist be when I do a punch?
Well, first of all, your hand should be totally relaxed first when you're in your fight stance.
Okay.
Your hand should always be relaxed. Don't have your fingers out. People like to,
Okay.
do the thumbs up, fingers out like here.
Yeah.
Nah, just keep your hands totally relaxed. I always keep my fingers are together and my hands are relaxed. But when I release a punch, my hand is totally relaxed until the point of impact. Okay, regardless of the punch I throw, whether I'm throwing a hook, up, straight, doesn't matter. My hands are relaxed. And then right at the moment of impact, I clinch. Boom, right there on impact. So your hands should be relaxed. And when you make a fist, I've seen people try to cover their thumbs like this, if you can see that. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that. I've seen people do this. Okay, but usually you want it to kind of fold up under, when you make a fist, if you guys can see that, fold it up under there like this. Now, some people have somewhat like deformities or whatever, and they have to put their hands up here like that. But this is a more comfortable, tighter grip if your hands are like this, if you guys can get a look at that. So that's where how your fist should be when you actually make a fist. And every time you throw a punch, don't hold your breath. Okay, you should exhale with every punch from your diaphragm like a cough, or like you're telling someone, shh, shh, and it's coming from here.
Okay, shh.
Right in here. That's where it should be coming from.
All right.
And okay, and every time you release, exhale. That's how you get your power. Your energy flows out through your fingers, through your fists. Okay, and it keeps you from getting tired. If you hold your breath every time you punch, you'll be out of gas in no time.
Okay.
So you should always exhale when you punch, and that's how you hold your fist.
Now I have a real quick question. Now there's I think. Do you hold your arms if you want to throw power into the punch? Do you tense all the way through?
No,
do you just like
stay
tense?
relaxed. Like I was saying,
Okay.
You keep your hands relaxed, and you throw it relaxed, and then right when you get to the target, you clinch.
Okay.
You clench your fist tight as you can and bang and hit.
All the way through the arm too? You clinch all the way through on the impact?
No, just clench your hand.
Okay.
You don't have to flex your muscles or anything like that. The only time you kind of feel like you're doing that usually is when you're hooking. When you throw hooks or whatever, but it's not really coming from your bicep or nothing. It's really coming from your hip. And when I clench up and because of the position of my hand, it feels like I'm flexing my bicep, but that's not where the power is coming from. So if I'm in here and I'm hitting you, my hip is going boom, and I just tighten up so that my arm doesn't, buckle when I hit the impact. That's the only thing. I just tighten up to keep that from happening. I keep my elbows behind my wrist and my fist.
Okay.
My elbows stay behind, so you don't have to really flex. It just kind of happens on its own. You just kind of brace yourself for impact. Boom, boom, and let your hips, do the work.
Okay.
So that's the deal on punching. How you should throw, how you should punch, and how you should breathe.
Okay. Thank you. So can you show me the jab?
Okay. The jab is the most important punch in boxing. Okay. It's done with the lead hand. All right. And it could be the lead hand, whether you're a conventional or a southpaw fighter. This would be a conventional stance. So when your left hand is in the front.
Okay.
Okay. This is a southpaw stance when your right hand is in front. So I'm gonna show you both of them. Okay. All right. But I'm gonna start with this one. Okay. This is the jab. You keep your elbow in tight. Okay. And when the punch comes out, you push it. You don't sling it like this. You push it. You push, it comes out vertical and twist at the end. And as an added bonus, when you twist like that at the end, this can tear the skin of the opponent and cut them, cut them open a little bit. Okay. And every time I throw my jab, I take a step. Okay. And when my foot lands, so does the punch. The jab goes out fast and comes back just as fast, probably even faster, because after you hit and the guy comes back, you got to get back to block or or you can slip or whatever, but in case you're not fast enough to move, pop, get that hand back. So every time you throw the jab, you step, you push it out, and you do that, bring it back. So it's pop, right there. Pop, pop, pop. That's your jab. Keep your toes pointed to the target. Don't turn your foot like this. You'll see people in like aerobic kickboxing or a lot of other boxing schools, they teach this, and I want the world to know this. This is a huge deal right here. People all over the country are throwing the jab like this. A lot of people are doing that. That makes absolutely no sense, and I'll tell you why. When you turn your hips like that, throwing a jab, the energy goes this way. You want your energy going into your opponent. Okay, you point your toes. Now, the only time you would do any type of motion like that off of a straight punch is if it comes after you throw a right straight punch. Then when you throw this, now even when I do that, my foot doesn't turn, my heel just comes off the ground a little bit. Okay, because now it's not a jab anymore. It's a straight punch in a combination, a follow-up. So there's for the mechanics change. But when you lead with the jab, your toes go where the target goes. Okay? And then once you learn how to do it from your normal stance, whatever that side that may be, you can teach yourself to do it on the other side. Hold the other side for me, please. Okay, so now here's the southpaw version. Same thing. Elbow stays behind. I don't lift my elbow. You never lift your elbows when you're throwing straight punches. You come out vertical and twist right there. My elbow never flies up. I step. My toes are pointed at the target. Okay, it goes out fast, comes back fast, just like a rubber band. Pop, pop, okay, or a whip. That's the jab. You also have the low jab, okay? You have the low jab. The low jab is just like the cross. Only thing that changes is the target. Okay, so when you're throwing the low jab, that low jab is actually more effective from a low guard. Okay, so if I'm like this, you ever see Mayweather do this? Yeah. You know, he fights like this, so this is a low guard. So if I'm fighting you, put your hands up. Okay, so I'm fighting you, I got this hand up. My low jab will get there faster from this position than it would from this position. Now, I can do this, no problem. But if I'm right here, bang, I could just get it in there real quick. Does that scare you? No. Okay. All right. So I was waiting for you look like you got a little scared. You went, oh, I tensed up, man, because I wasn't sure how hard you hit me. Yeah. So yeah, but I can get that there a lot quicker, right there. But you can throw it from, you can do your peekaboo and, you know, boom, and step in there, or you can be in the mixed guard and boom, and go there. All right. But it's the same mechanics of the jab. Okay. You just step, push it out, boom, and throw it from here. This is your motion. Okay. And see what happens too, like if you do the low jab, okay, if you jab high and I jab low at the same time, it's like it becomes a counter punch. Oh, because I'm going to miss. Yeah, you'll go over my shoulder and I'll land. So you throw your jab and I throw mine, boom, I get you. And then I can go like this, boom, and if you don't bring your hand all the way back home, bang. Okay. That would have hurt. It would have been. I like that. Man, that looks just like my last fight, dude. Good job. So like I said, if I go here and you bring your hand back and you bring it back too low, like bring it to right around. Yeah. See, then boom, then I can just douche. And notice that when I do that, my head doesn't travel way to the other side. People will do this all the time. They'll go here, and then when they throw the cross, their head travels over here. You see? You don't have to do that. And watch where I am when I throw mine. I come here, boom, and then boom. I'll hit just as hard. Okay? So that's the low jab. Okay. So also with the jab, okay, the jab is typically targeted at the head, but then it also is targeted at the body. You can relax for a second. Okay. It's also targeted at the body. But, you know, one thing about the jab, too, is that you'll have some people that say don't jab above your shoulders because it takes away from the power. It has less power. Well, you know, the way, in boxing, the jab is not really a power shot anyway. You're not trying to knock the guy out with a jab. I mean, if you can, cool. If he walks into it and you step with the jab just right, you could probably knock the guy out. Okay, so I'm not really concerned with jabbing above the shoulder, losing power, because I'm not trying to knock him out anyway. I know that even though from right where you're a little taller, when I throw this jab, even though it's coming up, you ain't gonna tell me that I'm not gonna snap your head back. It's got just enough. It's got enough power to do what I need it to do. Okay, so I like for my guys to actually jab in the upward motion, simply because for two reasons. Number one, if I jab upward, I can hit his eyes, or I can put it in front of his eyes, which will temporarily, deter his vision. And second, with the cross, the counter cross, like if I punch here, okay, it's much easier for him to counter me with the cross, okay, because he can just come right over the top. You see that? But if I take that and go up here, it's a little more difficult for him to counter me with the cross, because first of all, he doesn't see that counter. If he doesn't see that counter over the jab, he doesn't want to throw it. He's got to move first. All right. So if this guy is Roy Jones, I probably want to jab above my shoulder, because a guy like Roy Jones, he will take you apart if he can see that counter. I've seen him catch so many people with that, because their jab is right here, and Roy Jones like, give me the jab, put it right here. Yeah. See, Roy Jones pull it back. Roy Jones, bang. You do that. The minute you do that, Roy Jones will kill you. Okay. But if you're jabbing here, right here, that takes that away. See, elevate your jab a little bit. See that? I don't see that counter, so I don't want to throw it. And I feel like if I do throw it, I'm going to run into this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen. So for those of you out there who feel that way, it's okay to jab above the shoulder. It's never failed me. It's never failed anyone that I've ever coached. So that's just a myth, that, if you jab above the shoulder, it's taking away the power. You don't need a powerful jab. You just need a good stiff one. Even if a guy who's 30 pounds lighter than me is jabbing me in the chin all day, at some point my lower back is going to start to tighten up on me. It's going to weaken, because you get hit in the chin a lot, your lower back starts to give away. It gets tight. And what that does is when you take away his lower back, you take away his upper body movement. You take away his upper body movement, you take away his head movement. And then if his head can't move, he's a lot easier to hit. So my jab, powerful or not, is going to do mad damage, right? Bang, bang. I'm going to just keep popping you there. And to hit his chin, if the guy's a little taller than me, guess what? I got to punch above my shoulder. So that's a myth. So that's another part of the jab that's also important. All right, now we're going to talk about the cross punch, okay? Or the straight right. The cross punch is the rear hand punch. Whether you're conventional or southpaw, it's always called a cross, okay? If it's the rear hand. We're going to do both of them, and I'm going to do it first from the conventional stance, okay? So from here, okay, remember, it's important that when you're throwing a cross or straight right, it's important that you keep your right shoulder slightly behind you, okay? You'll see guys, they're fighting like this. But then if you do this, you got no power on the punch. It's just right here. There's no backup mass with that. You need it to be here so you can rotate all your backup mass, okay? It starts from the feet. The feet have to turn. And then it travels from the knee to the hip to the shoulder to the arm to the fist, okay? And just like I said with the jab earlier, the elbow stays down. People always turn their hand over before they release the punch, okay? Don't turn your hand over. Just shoot it out vertical and then twist it at the end. That way you're not lifting your elbow and exposing your rib cage and telegraphing and letting the guy know that the punch is coming. Because if I'm going to fight you, the minute I do this, either you're going to move out of the way or you're going to counter me. You're going to be gone because I just told you, oh, here it comes. That's what that's saying. So I'm coming here. Boom. I bend my left knee. I rotate my foot. and my hips and my shoulders. Boom. And I hit with my first 2 knuckles. Okay? Right there. This is your cross punch. All right? Right here. Okay, one more time. Right there. That's it. Now I'm just gonna bring it home. I hit it. And as I throw it, notice that I get a little shorter because I'm bending this knee. So my height's gonna change a little bit. All right? So when you throw that punch, once again, you don't wanna do this, lean over your toes like that. You don't wanna reach with it. You wanna steal it. Take it, snatch it, and snatch it from them. Boom. Trust me, you'll hit them just as hard. Everyone wants to punch so hard that they just lunge with it. You don't have to do that, okay? Just snatch it. That's all you got to do with the cross, okay? And I learned from my coach who was famous for teaching these things. I learned from him that the true definition of the cross punch is not that you're punching across the body. You'll hear a lot of people say that. They'll say, oh, it's called a cross because the punch comes across your body. This is coming across your body. Okay, if anything, hooks go across your body, not cross punches. Cross punches go straight. Okay, but the reason they call it a cross because when you throw your jab out and I throw my right straight right, our arms cross. So that's why you call it a cross punch. Okay? Because remember, this is a art form that's designed to out punch the other guy, not punch with him. Okay? You want to out punch him, okay, without him punching you. So this is one of those tactics. It's boom, I come bang right over you. Bang, and take it to you right there. I say, oh, come on, hit me, bro. Hit me. Bang! As soon as you do, I come over the top and hit you. So that's why you call that a cross punch. That's the true definition. So that's the cross. Low cross, same mechanics as the high cross. Okay? You rotate, head goes over your knee, but you aim at the belly. Feet rotate, shoulders rotate, hips rotate. Okay? Boom, right there. I'm just going to do it slow so people can see it. So our viewers at home can
see it.
Can see that clearly.
So you're rotating that foot? Or?
Yeah, I'm rotating on the ball of my feet here. Okay, rotating on the ball right there. Right there. Douche. If he throws his cross high, I'm going to land and he's going to miss. You see? And come up, bang. Okay? See, so if he throws his and I throw mine at the same time, boom, I can knock the wind out of him. That's another reason why it's important to exhale when you punch, because if I counter you just right and you're holding your breath and I land this shot, this fight's over.
Okay.
You understand?
Why? What's going to happen?
I'm going to knock the wind out of you.
Oh, okay.
Because you're not exhaling.
So you're looking for the guy to be holding his breath sometimes?
I'm not looking for it,
okay.
But if he's a pro boxer, he should know better. But as beginners, for the beginners, I want to stress how important that is, that you exhale when you punch. It's for more reasons than one.
Okay.
Okay? So you got to make sure that when you throw a punch, you exhale in case something like this happens. You will get the wind knocked out of you if you're not breathing right. Okay. Or if you get caught inhaling, or you're really exposing, you're taking those big, deep, you know, you're looking like, remember when Apollo was getting beat by the Russian?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you're looking like that, you know. So that's the low cross, and that is one of the advantages of the low cross. And, it's a hard punch to the body, and those hurt. If you hit him right there in the solar flex, or even if he's angled a little bit, turn your body, square up. Bring your foot up.
Okay. So
if I hit you right here, bang, in a floating rib with a stiff straight punch, that hurts on the floating rib, because there's pressure points, you can hit, too, with boxing. That's another segment, but just want to point that out. So now that's the low cross. Let's move forward to the left hook. The left hook. This is the hardest punching to teach in boxing. Okay, with the left hook, power shot, it's a load up. Okay, so with the load up, typically You can lead with a left hook if the guy is moving laterally, like if he's moving into it, okay? Well, we'll get into that in a minute. But the way you execute the power left hook, okay, is first of all, you got to give me somewhat of a load up. So when you load up, you rotate your back foot first, okay? Now, very important that as you load up, you don't drop your hand on the load up. That's when you're cocking it. Ricky Hatton does that a lot, okay? You don't pull your hand away from your face when you load up. Big mistake. Okay, you can just come right inside, douche, get them right there. Okay, when you throw the left hook and you load up, your load up is here. You don't release from your chin until you start to move towards the target. Okay, so you load up, your hands and elbows are in tight, and as you deliver the blow, you turn your hand over and you rotate your front foot and you take your weight all the way back to your right leg. You don't throw your left hook on your front leg and do this, okay? Because, you know, even if I hit you, you can hit me 3 or 4 times after I hit you, all right? If I don't knock you out.
Okay.
Okay, and then the second, all of my power is not into this. This is not all my power. This is all my power.
Okay.
You see? You got to shift. Your weight shifts to the front leg, then back to your right leg. Okay? So you shift, and you punch all the way through. You don't do that. Okay? That is stupid. That's ridiculous. You're gonna hit the guy. I see people. Oh, I've heard people say, "Oh, don't when you throw the punch, stop right here." Why, teacher? Well, because if you miss, he's going to light you up. Dude, you can always miss. Boxing is the sport of making people miss. You make the wrong decision, it doesn't matter what punch you throw, you're going to miss if the guy moves. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to punch like with some authority. It is ridiculous for you to teach someone to throw a punch and not follow through.
Okay.
That is absolutely asinine. You throw a punch, you throw that punch with bad intentions. If I hit you with a straight right if I want to hit you in the sternum, I'm aiming at your spine. And the aim at spine, I got to rotate my whole body. I'm not just going to say,
okay.
No, I'm aiming, boom.
But isn't that thinking like a pool cue? You know, it's like,
no.
Like transfer the power. I mean, isn't that the trick? That's the classic martial arts.
No, boxing is a martial art. First of all, I want to say that. But it's not traditional martial art.
You always see the kya.
Nah, save it for David. Tell it to the mountain.
Okay. No, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Okay, even in traditional martial arts, they're aiming through you.
Through you, okay.
Okay, but the bottom line is, when I hit you, I want to steal the punch, but I want to rotate my whole body. Okay. When I throw my left hook, I want to hit through it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go. I can't believe I've heard that.
Where does it end up? Does it end up like here or?
Probably you want to pretend like you want to come hit yourself in the shoulder. Okay. So you want to pretend like that. Okay. You know, pretend like that. Don't actually do it. Okay. But that's your mindset. You want to follow through so hard that boom, that just make sure that when you throw this punch, that your weight goes here. Okay. Don't be here. This foot should be turning. This should be resting here. So you load up, this heel comes off the floor. When the punch lands, your heel lands and this one turns and comes up. See my feet now? Okay. So you're doing this, right here. Okay? I'm here. I load, I hit. Right there. I load, I hit. That's your left hook. All right. Okay. Now let's go to the right hook. Okay. The right hook is doesn't have to load up. Why? It's coming from back here. Okay. So it's already pretty much loaded when it's coming from there. And like I said before about keeping the left shoulder in front, it's coming from back here. I don't need to load up. All I need to do is either step into it or just rotate with it. Just I turn my elbow over, keep the thumb on the top. Remember, this is a long hook version, not this version. This is the short hook. I throw this one when I'm right up on the guy like this. Okay. That's when I throw this one. Okay. Okay, but but when I'm here, I'm throwing this one. Okay?
Why is that?
Okay, because if I throw the long hook, my chances of hitting with my middle knuckle, first two knuckles, are much higher. And that's what I want to make contact with. I don't want to make contact with my last two knuckles. Those are the weakest ones in the hand.
So you break your hand or something?
You can. You
Okay.
can break the hand. You can relax for a second.
Okay.
You can break the hand. If I do it this way, you look at the distance you're at. Let's just say I could throw a long hook from here, boom, and pull it off. Hit you with the middle knuckle or the first knuckle. From that same distance, if I throw the short hook, does that look like a hook anymore? Like a straight punch.
cross. Yeah, like a cross.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, and do
It's
that.
kind of like a cross with just a.
Yeah, that's not really a hook anymore. And look what makes contact first.
The little fingers.
The little knuckles.
Okay.
Those can break. So the further away you are, the more my hand rotates over. Bang.
And then when you're in close, why wouldn't you
Because
just
from
hit-
here, I can ensure that when I make contact, my first two knuckles are going to hit direct. I can make a stiff wrist. Okay?
Because it's not rotated.
Yeah, I can make a stiff wrist. My arm locks well from this range, and I can nail you right there. If I have to try to do a long hook, I'll probably have to bend my wrist, which is something that you are never supposed to do.
Okay.
Just bend your wrist. So this is an accommodating punch for the position that I am, just like driving a limo. Okay, you got the long limo and the short limo, right? I mean, you got the limo, and then you got the sedan.
Yeah.
So when you making right turns, you got to accommodate for the size of the limo.
Yeah, longer limo, you got to make wider turns.
turns,
Yeah, okay.
right? So just with the punch, you got to accommodate for the target that you're trying to hit, so that your mechanics and your health all stay intact.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
all right, so that's the deal. So now, with the right hook, typically you'll do these most of the time with the thumbs on the top. The thumbs on the top. Remember
Okay.
that. Thumbs on the top with your hooks. Bang, bang, bang. And you don't bend your wrists. My wrists are not bent, although they might look like it. The only thing that's bent are my elbows. Bang, 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 bang. Okay? So with the right hook, I can do it stepping in. Okay, or I can do it in from my stance. Okay, it depends on where he's at and where I'm at in the fight. If you're a little further than I am, I see you stepping to my right, bang, I'll catch you. I'll step into that punch and catch you. All right. If I'm countering a punch, or you throw a left hook that's too wide, throw see, throw it, widen it out. I'll come inside.
You came inside, okay.
Yeah, I'll just bing, I'll whip it right there. So those are some of the reasons why I would lead with the right hook, okay, versus, not jabbing in a sense in that situation.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the right hook.
All right.
To conclude that. Now you have the left uppercut, similar mechanics to pretty much everything that's on the left, with the exception of the jab, loads a little bit.
Okay.
Because it's in the front, it doesn't have the same backup mass.
So you got to kind of
Right?
come in.
You got to dip a little bit.
All right.
Now, being that the difference between my load up with the left hook versus the left uppercut is, with the left hook, I just turn my shoulders because it's coming back this way.
Okay.
But if I'm throwing an uppercut, because it's going up, I dip a little when I load up. Okay? I dip. Hold this for me right here, my young brother. Okay? I dip here and I shoot. And notice my hip goes before my punch. I mean, I'm leaning back. I'm not leaning forward.
Okay.
People do the uppercut, they do this.
It's kind of like they're rising with the.
Or they're
pointing with the-
leaning into it. Or I've seen people throw the uppercut like this. Hold it up there for me.
Okay.
No.
Using the arm.
Do that.
Oh, okay.
I see this.
In the comic books.
Yeah,
right?
you need to use your body. Keep your elbow bent and stay in tight. Slide that. You want your elbows in so tight when you throw the uppercut, you want it almost sliding off your rib cage, and you want to lean back as you throw it. Okay? So I'm here. You tuck your chin. Tuck your chin down to your shoulder and pow! Right there. See, that was all my hip. Notice that I lean back. I'm not leaning forward. I'm here. Pow! Right there. Right there. Okay? A good uppercut on the pad work can tear your shoulder off, boy. Did you feel that lethal power? Boy.
No, I didn't feel it. You're getting soft. You're getting old, man.
I know. All right. So that's your uppercut. Bang.
Okay.
I dip right there. So
Okay.
it's real quick. It's not really big and over exaggerated.
Yeah, it was just a short little movement.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause
almost,
some people, when I say load up, they go whoop. And I said, I could have read a book by the time that punch got there. You know what I'm saying?
you just bump away, just jump
Yeah,
out.
you don't do it's just right here. I'm here 1 minute. Right there. Pop, pop, bang.
Okay.
Right there. That's where I'm going to get you.
Okay.
Nice and quick.
All
All
right.
right. And once again, do not pull your hand. I've seen other people do that too. They see this here? They do that.
Totally open.
Yeah. Well, this is why you straighten your arm. People, I say, and then this. Okay. These are your no-nos. Okay. You do your uppercut. It's here. Push your hip forward and release. Okay. Release and scoop. Tuck your chin to your left shoulder, or the shoulder that you're throwing the punch with.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm here, right there. So, right there. Okay. That's your left uppercut.
And the target is the head, the face.
The head.
Okay.
And I'm glad you said head.
Okay.
Because typically, we'll say, where's your target for the uppercut? People say, the chin. Okay. Simply because you're standing upright. But what if I got you bent over from a hard body shot? Then it's the head.
Okay.
You're leaning over, so I might hit your nose, I might hit your jaw, I might hit your eye. You might be leaning like this.
Oh,
I hit your
bam.
temple. So it's not just the chin, it's your whole head.
Okay.
Okay? So, that's the left uppercut.
Okay.
Now we got the right uppercut. Just like the hook, no load up, all the backup mass you need. Just make sure that you push your hip forward and let the punch whip behind it. Tuck your shoulder to your right chin. Right there. And notice my elbows in tight. And I push my body forward. Right there. My hip forward. Right there. Right there. That's your uppercut.
Okay.
Same thing. Okay. Body hooks are uppercuts to the midsection.
All right.
All around here. It could be floating rib, belly, solar flex. Anywhere in here, that's your body hook. Body hooks are done with the palm up.
Okay.
Okay. I have seen, hold your hands up like this for me. I have seen the body hook done for like this. They'll drop and do this, or drop and do that. Okay. Now, relax for a second. Now, that's another variation, but you don't want to do that version if the guy is standing right in front of you.
Okay.
If he's standing right in front of you, you don't want to drop and go like this. There's no head movement in there. You can't, there's not enough rotation to get out of the way, and it's not going to hit as hard as it could hit. You always want to get the most out of your punches.
The most bang for your buck. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's why when the body hook is done, in the words of the great Jack Dempsey, this would be a shovel punch.
Okay.
Okay? So when I hit you, go ahead and hold your hands up for me. I'm going to use your body for this one. When I throw the body hook, okay, let's go with the left body hook first. The left body hook, I'm going to do it the same way I throw my uppercut. Same mechanics, so we don't have to get that deep into that. The only thing is I'm going to make sure I bend my knees probably a little bit more, okay? And then I shoot my hip, boom, and I drive straight into him. My wrist is locked. My knuckles are driving right into him. Boom, boom, right there. Same mechanics as the
It looks like
uppercut.
your hands turned over like this.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Like
your
an
knuckles
uppercut.
are rolled down, right? So it's
Yeah.
they're
yeah.
pointing towards the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Same thing on the right side. Bang. Tuck my chin to my shoulder. Just like that. Boom. 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 You okay?
Yeah. I'm
All
trying
right.
to practice that breathing thing.
Yeah, there you go. So
I
it's the
get
same
knocked out.
mechanics
Okay.
of the uppercut.
Okay.
The only thing that changes is the target. The difference between the uppercut and the body hook, One hits the head, one hits the body.
Okay.
Is the target. And it's called either a body hook or a shovel punch. Now, going back to what I was saying about doing the punches this way, is this. You do this version only if the guy is moving laterally or you're moving laterally.
Okay.
John, hold your hands up, and I want you to, and let me get in my stance. As you hold your hands up, step to my right, okay? Okay, good, go back. So when you step to my right again, bang, that's when I get you.
Okay.
That's when I do that version.
All right.
Okay? Same thing, you step to my left, bang, now do that. Look at where my head is. When I hit you here, my head's outside.
So I'd have to cross all the way over.
I'm in a safe zone, bottom line. I'm in a safe zone. So now if you go this way, boom, look where my head is.
Yeah, I'd have to.
I'm in a safe zone. Versus if I stand here and do this,
then
I'm not in a safe zone.
I can just feed them right back at you.
Sure. So I'm going to do it if either I'm angling or he's angling.
Okay.
Okay? So that's the body hook. The thing about distance is it's more getting your fight stance.
All right.
Okay? Now, we got to be close for the cameras and stuff right here, but I'm going to start up right here.
Okay.
So from right here, take a big step back. Right here. See this distance? Put your hands up. No.
Oh.
Okay. From right here, if you can see that on the cameras, you see this gap? This is how far you should be from your opponent throughout the fight.
So a little less than a person's shoulder width, almost.
Like
if
I
someone
don't know.
stood out
I just took a big step.
Okay.
I would have to say just take a big step back. Like if I'm right here, if I'm toe to toe with you,
okay.
I just take my back foot and take a big step here.
Okay.
And this is the range I want from the whole fight. And you want to try to maintain this range throughout the fight. No matter where you move, watch. Move to your right. Move towards me. Move to. So I'm maintaining that, move back. You see? I maintain that range throughout the whole fight. Wherever you go, I keep that invisible stick between us.
Okay.
And it's glued to you and it's glued to me. So wherever you go, I'm going with you, but I'm staying at that distance.
Okay.
Because that's the distance that I need to be able to see your punches, to be able to react to your punches, and to be able to do everything intelligently so that I'm not getting myself in trouble.
Okay.
Okay? Now, that is the safest place to be in a fight.
Okay.
But it's also safe to be all the way here. Okay? When it comes to where you should be in terms of distance, you either want to be all the way out or all the way in.
Okay.
If you're right here, bad place to be. You will get hit with everything that you don't want to get hit and a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay? So you never want to be right here in a fight. I know a lot of people think this is the place to be because they feel like they can hit the guy. I can hit you just as hard from here. People feel like if they're here, they can hit you nice and hard. But I can hit you just as hard from back here.
Okay.
All right? And then if you take a step towards me without swinging, bang, I hit you.
Okay.
Scared you?
Yeah, a little bit. I blinked. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing. If you start walking towards me and you don't swing, I'm going to hit you with at least 1 or 2, maybe even 3 quick punches before your foot hits the ground.
Okay.
Take that step. Bang, bang. You see, your foot wasn't even on the ground yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
actually threw 3 punches, but you didn't see the third one.
Come on, man.
No, okay, so no, like, okay. So the thing is that when when you come towards me, bang, that's what you're supposed to meet him with something.
Okay.
If you go to my right, bang, I got to meet you. You go to my left, bang, I got to meet you.
Okay.
Now, I can throw straights when you're coming forward or uppercuts when you're coming forward.
Okay.
Okay?
Now, but that's a strategy, though, too, right?
Yeah.
Like if somebody's like coming in, you could jam them.
Yeah.
Right? Jam
Well,
them,
no.
move
Well,
in
yeah.
even closer?
Well, yeah. You want to think punch first.
Okay.
I mean points first, I should say.
Okay.
Points first. So if I jam him, it's only because he's coming so fast. He may have even walked through my punch, or maybe I just didn't react quick enough. But the bottom line is, I don't want him putting me in a situation where I'm backpedaling.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to be.
The whole way. Okay.
Yeah, you know. If anything, I see you coming and pressuring me real hard, boom, I'll slide in there and I'll jam you.
Okay.
Okay, so and the thing is, because especially if I got a guy who's coming in, you be still for a second, relax.
Okay.
If he's coming in, whoa, and he's coming in because he's getting ready to blast away at me, the minute I see his body coming towards me, okay, if I don't feel like it's in my best interest to throw a punch at that point, then I'll just step towards me. I'll do this, and that'll stop him. That'll stop his punches before he even gets them going. Okay.
Yeah, because I can't really do much here.
Yeah, because see, he's moving towards me to hit me. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move towards him at the same time before he hits me. I'm either gonna do that or I'm gonna hit him.
Okay.
Okay. Because what he not realizing is that every time he takes that step towards me, okay, my hand is gonna move faster than my body and his body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
This thing
you can throw a punch faster than he can move his body.
Yeah. So he's stepping close because he wants to hit me with hooks and uppercuts. That's what he wants to do. Okay, pull back. So when he steps towards me, bang! I either hit him with that, boom, or that. Okay? So, or if he comes in, he steps in too hard with a jab, I might go here, boom, come up underneath.
All right.
All right? So I'm gonna make sure that when
the person's closing the distance.
Yeah, when he breaks that distance that I told you to maintain throughout the fight,
yeah,
I gotta hit him.
Okay.
Okay? That's how you get away with clean shots.
Okay. So as the person closes distance,
Bang, bang, you take it to him.
Just don't let them get in there. That's
yeah.
it. Okay.
And if they do get in there, jam them up and spin off.
Okay.
You know, or turn them. That's how you get away with your clean shots. You see?
Okay.
I've never been in an exchange when I fought.
Okay.
You know, because if you start slugging away, I'm
You're
gonna either tie you up or move, jam, or get away, or do something that's gonna stop you from punching.
Okay.
You know, but I'm not gonna punch with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
That's more of a brawl than
yeah,
boxing.
and plus I'm giving the guy a chance.
Okay.
Okay. So
that's cool.
That's why, you know, that's distance right there. That's how important that is.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's recap the 10 punches that we went over. Okay. First was the jab. Okay. Left hand.
Wrong one.
Okay. Jab. Pop. 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 I'm just walking through it. Okay. I'm giving you three of each. Okay. Pop. 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 That's your jab. Got the low jab. Hold your hands right here. Pop. 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 That's your low jab. Got the cross. You got the low cross. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Left hook. Right hook. Left uppercut. Right uppercut. Actually, hold your elbows in. Okay.
I'm scared now, man.
I want you to lean on it. Okay.
Which way? This way?
Yeah. Okay. Left body hook. Right body hook. And those, my friend, are your 10 punches of boxing.